I'm going to tell you what GAC is. I promise it's not a disease. Also, a lot of news coming out of Detroit Auto Show. A lot of concept cars, a lot of promises, which is kind of the same thing. Also, a comment of the day. Of course, we're going to do it all right here, right now, live at E4Electric, your #1 source for what's happening now in the world of electric cars. And we're going to start right now. Alright, so what is GAC? Mainly a word I made up. It's actually pronounced GAC, GAC Motors. It is a car company, 5th largest in China. You probably never heard of it because they pretty much sell cars in China. They're very successful. They sell hundreds of thousands of cars there, but now they want to introduce themselves to you guys and to us here in the United States and Europe. Now, as you know, Detroit Auto Show is going on. A lot of concept cars and a lot of presentations are kind of coming out of that. And so GAC is presenting their concept car Enverge right here. So electric cars, pretty impressive. Lots of floating monitors, lots of technology, over 300-mile range. As you can see, the doors don't have windows. Not really sure how you're gonna go through McDonald's drive-through. I don't think they get American culture here, but we'll see. That's probably gonna change. But it's funny because they actually have to change their name. See, they do the business in China under the name Trumpchi. So they obviously going to change it before they come to America, but they wanted to make an impression and impress us with this concept that's of course going to evolve, kind of like, you know, roses and chocolates on the first day, just kind of was with what they can do. By the way, if you're watching this for the first time, welcome to my channel. If you're interested in staying up to date with everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, please consider subscribing so you can become a part of this community. As you can see the chat, a lot of regulars already here. Gabriel in Berkeley, Anton in Sweden, of course, Tony from Minneapolis, and so many more. Welcome to the show, guys. All right, so now this car, it's a nice, beautiful car, but we don't know if it's really going to be making it actually to America in the next 2 or 3 years. The car that they're actually going to be entering our market in 2020, that's when they're hoping to do it, is this car, which is a gas SUV, GS8. So that's how they're going to enter the market. They're actually going to do a refresh. This is what it looks like right now on their website, but they're going to refresh it before they go into market here. Of course, the problem is you know, they don't have presence here. They don't have dealership network or service centers. So it looks like they're partnering up, they're talking to Fiat Chrysler right now to be the dealers, the distributors of their cars here in the United States. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? This way they gain hundreds of sales locations and you know, where service centers, of course, which is important. So that's important. So that's kind of a cool thing that's coming up. Just wanted to show you guys this because it was kind of one of the biggest news coming out of the Detroit Auto Show. By the way, let me remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. If you're looking to buy something there, please go ahead and grab your discount code right here in the description of this video that they gave specifically for our community. So have a good time. All right, so many other things coming out from Detroit Auto Show, and there's a lot of concept cars. So I'm going to kind of walk you through this, mainly empty promises, or at least not empty promises, but promises. Now the first one, and this is really is a weird one, as you know, Ferrari has been talking crap about Tesla and Tesla Roadster in particular for a while now. But guess what? They're actually going to try to compete with Tesla. They're going to say that they're going to get the supercar going. It's going to be all electric, and they're going to even try to do it before Tesla Roadster hits the roads in 2020. Now, the funny thing is, of course, is they're saying that they want to be first to market. That's, of course, is not true because there have been other supercars already that are all electric, including the first Roadster. You can probably argue that's been on the market already. So Ferrari is just not, it's just funny how they're not thinking really straight and how they're talking so much smack, and really they are nowhere near, they didn't even release a concept. This is why I had to put up this logo here, because there's not even a concept to show you guys. So that was a little crazy. Let's move on to another thing. Oh yeah, Derek in the chat room says, "Good day, Alex. Wow, that car looks like it has mouse ears." You're talking about the GAC Enverge concert. Yeah, I guess you thought. Yeah, I guess I didn't see that at first. You're right. Fent in the chat room says, anyone else believes Alex looks like a fashion designer or a art painter? Where's with fedora? Well, I don't wanna not, my hair, I don't want to put a fedora over this thing, while I still have it, but I appreciate it. Yeah, actually my very first YouTube channel was about fashion, so I do that. And by the way, this t-shirt, also designed it myself. You can buy this and other funny t-shirts in the description of this video, the link to my store if you guys are into that kind of stuff. All right, so let's move on to another promise. Now, as you know, BMW has been kind of behind. Well, let's face it, they're kind of behind. They promised to electrify their fleet by 2025, I believe, but they haven't really showed us anything. They showed us I believe, what is it, iNext, and now they're saying they're going to move forward with this and try to bring it to market by 2021 to compete with Model 3. Now, they were promising a decent range before, but now they're updating it to like over 400 mile range. Now, it may not be anything by then. I mean, Tesla obviously will probably make a couple of steps forward with the batteries, especially what we've seen with the semi-truck unveiling and the new Roadster, the second generation Roadster. So it looks like that technology is going to move there, and I wouldn't be surprised that the Model 3 will be over 400 miles by then. But nevertheless, BMW is also trying to jump into the game. This is one of their concepts. This is not what they're going to compete with the Model 3 with. Again, there's not even a picture of that just yet. All right, another company that's trying to go electric, but this is actually, I believe them, the Nissan with their luxury brand Infinity is saying that they're going to electrify the whole Infinity brand, really. And I think this is what a lot of car makers are doing. If they have a luxury brand, they want to try to electrify it first because that's where the money is at. They're selling it for a higher price point, of course. Now Infinity is saying is that they're going to start doing it 2021, and again, they have the technology, right? Nissan Leaf is it's at 150 mile range right now. It's going to be a 225 mile range next year, so they have the technology. They're obviously been, I mean, they were the first automaker on the market. Nissan was with the Nissan Leaf, the original one that I hate, to go electric. So obviously they can do well with this. So that's exciting. So I do believe them. 2021, I think they can do better than that. But certainly it's something that we can expect from them. All right, another one is Alexis came up with their concept car called LF1. There's really no particular specs on them. I mean, they are also, I mean, Toyota is behind, and they're trying to bring this one to the market by 2020. Again, there's no concrete plans. They just kind of rolled out a concept today, but that's still pretty good, right? I mean, at least another step forward. At least they're being dragged along with the whole electric car revolution. So that's what's been happening with that. I have to say that it's been exciting. It's been exciting week. I mean, first it was CES for me, of course, that I was there, and I hope you guys like my coverage that I've done there. And by the way, I'm just about to release. So I released a video about Fisker. I released a video. Sorry, I'm looking for the file here for you guys because I think I'm missing one of them. I've released. Fisker released a Byton. I hope you like those. I'm going to try to do a video tonight about Kia Niro, which I believe is going to be a big player. This is the SUV that they are going to start making this year, start selling this year, 238 mile range. So I think that's going to kick some butt. By the way, thank you for my Patreons. If you want to contribute to the show, the link is below, but I also provide some content there for you, some exclusive footage, some behind-the-scene footage. This week, my Patreons are enjoying the full interview with Nikki of Transport Evolved. Now, this is uncut, full interview that I'm not going to release probably for another week or two, and it's going to be kind of a smaller, compact version, but my Patreons have been watching this video already. So thank you guys for contributing, and I hope more people join that community. Esteban says, yes, those videos were good. Thank you. I really put a lot of effort into it. Let's see. Great CES coverage, says Steven. Thank you once again. All right. So let's move on to my favorite part of the show, of course, and it is a comment of the day. All right, the comment of the day today comes from a regular Mr. Energy Tsar. He's got his own channel. Also check it out. He says, I'm not sure the voice commands will take over so much even in people's homes. Now, he's referring to the story that was coming out when Elon tweeted about the Model 3 getting more updates, over-the-air updates, and catching up on voice commands where you can do anything, almost anything, he said in his tweet, with your voice. Now, Mr. Energy Tsar is kind of doubting that, and so I can only give you my impression, and this is what I've seen on CES. And CES is Consumer Electronics Show, so it wasn't just about cars. I mean, obviously, I was interested mainly about cars, and that's what I was covering, but the Consumer Electronics Show is about electronics. So there was a lot of that, and here's what I've seen. What I've seen is a lot of voice commands. I mean, almost every other car maker, every other electronics device has either Alexa or the Google Home implemented into it. There was even a toilet that had Alexa integration where you can tell Alexa to flush it for you, it will flush it for you, okay? So I think voice commands are definitely going to be, definitely a big part of the future, at least what they're trying to develop right now. So I'm going to disagree with you on that, just from what I saw personally at CES. And also thinking about it, once the cars are becoming more and more autonomous, interacting with them will need to require less and less of our efforts, because let's face it, we're just probably going to be annoyed. So even the touching, the screen or buttons, whatever, is going to be annoying. A lot of people would just want to say, do this or do that, drive me home, play the song, show this movie, and so forth. So, and I think this is the most natural way to communicate, right? I mean, all this button interaction is how we interact with computers, but let's face it, the way we interact with each other is by voice, and I think that's where whole AI is going to, is human-like interaction for everybody, including with our cars. Let's see. Varun in the chat room says, "What does your T-shirt mean?" Oh my God, you don't get what the T-shirt mean? Oh, it's basically. Hold on a second. Let me remove the this. So basically. What do you mean? You know how they say, never forget about some horrible tragedy? Well, this is gas. This is gas pump, and this is oil. That is a horrible tragedy as far as I'm concerned in the universe of electric cars. It's a funny pun, I guess. Actually, this is my favorite T-shirt of all T-shirts that I make. So Gabrielle in the chat room says, I don't like to talk to the computer, prefer touch screen. All right, fair enough, Gabrielle. And there will be a lot of people like you. I have to say I'm the same way right now, but I think you and me are like the touch portion, is because right now, let's face it, the voice command systems are kind of not good enough. Like even Alexa is not really that great. But I think once they get better, once you can just say something without looking, you will probably like and myself will probably like interacting it much better. Okay, guys, Kia Niro EV is videos coming up tonight, if not probably tomorrow. But I will definitely try to get it out to you as soon as possible. Of course, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Once again, there will be more news to talk about it, believe it or not, of course. And that's pretty much it. I will hopefully be explaining another T-shirt that I'm wearing. So, all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. And remember to stay charged.